Well, the world was abuzz today. Floyd Mayweather announced that he was going to accept 50 Cent's challenge for a fight. 50 Cent laid down a challenge to fight Floyd, and Floyd has accepted. Absolutely. It shocked the world. It literally shocked the world because many never saw the the actual truth to the matter. They never saw. Well, let's see what would happen with. Let's actually see what would happen in that situation. Like let's see what would transpire, what would actually go down if 50 Cent and Floyd were to fight. And people believe like there's a possibility of this actually happening. So, of course, my phone was lighting up as I was in Super Bowl mode. But I think I think it's needed that I inform the public what they need to hear in general. Because I don't think it's fair to the general public that they don't know what's going on. I think that is important. Now, for a lot of people who know, I've met both. More closer to Floyd than I am to 50. But when he put up the post of Mayweather versus 50 Cent, that was to let 50 know. Okay, I'm game. Now, Floyd's getting paid and gonna make tons of money on exhibitions. These exhibitions were supposed to happen last year. I was aware of this. I knew they were coming. So I wasn't somebody who was caught off guard when, the world was seeing them into stuff like that. Here's the information. Tokyo, I think, is one in the UK. It's different locations, I believe, that they were negotiating for these mega events, which will be on pay-per-view, where people could actually pay to see these exhibitions. Now, the one with Logan Paul is already set up, and that's what Floyd says. Yeah, I got several exhibitions this year. And once he said that, responding to 50's challenge. Well, let me not get ahead of myself. Since most of y'all probably hadn't heard 50 challenge, let's go. Yeah, closer to the. Nah, you gotta let Floyd come up. He go there, or he could just let me not have to get down to 150. You can 150. You can't get to 150. I can't see it. I tried. I looked like anybody that could get 50 in the ring in a celebrity boxing match. Basically, anybody you really want to punch in the face. I don't think I can make weight though. I don't think if I can get down. I make Floyd if I could get down there, closer to the. Nah, you gotta let Floyd come up. Floyd gotta come up. He go there, or he could just let me not have to get down to 150. You can't. So, when he was on that station and he declared that he would fight Floyd, the post was made as a shot for Floyd. But what he said was, this year I will focus on several exhibitions. I will have an exhibition in Tokyo, Japan again. Of course, the one with Logan Paul. And if Jake Paul can get past his opponent, Ben Askren. I have an exhibition with him as well. I have also heard that 50 Cent would fight me, but claims I'm too small. If he wants to lace up at the end of the year, we can do an exhibition then. I don't care about weight class with any of these guys.
The Paul brothers will make great money with me in the events, but 50 Cent, it will have to be winner takes all, which means there will be no fight. But it's to call 50's bluff. If you think you can beat me, here's the opportunity. Let's do it. 2021. The end of the year. 50 Cent versus Floyd Mayweather. You could be whatever size you want, but it has to be winners takes all. Fifth ain't gonna do that. Fifth is not going to do that. So the Logan Paul fight was pushed back due to the fact that Fox is announcing their boxing lineup, which would, kind of counteract what's happening with their situation. Now with me, it's entirely different. The whole world has changed. Things have jumped upside down, and people don't understand the magnitude of it. How would I approach a boxing fight with 50 being a southpaw and 50 was a Golden Gloves champion from jail? 50 has not boxed in years. He's hit the pads before, he's hit the speed bag. What Fifth has lost is the actual knowledge of knowing how to fight in a boxing ring for a long periods of time. 50 will be good for about 2 to 3 minutes, even if he trained all day. I would say 2 rounds he would be good in. But moving forward in a thinking chess match with Floyd Mayweather at fast speeds, something he's not used to. Is he thinking that he's going to land one blow on Floyd and it's all over? If he's thinking like that, he's in trouble. Floyd can fight big men. You know, these are guys who are probably not as talented. Floyd is very talented, and it's gonna be hard to beat someone who's like the best in the world at what he does, no matter the weight. 50 would be in shape, but being in shape and being in boxing shape is two different things. Now, if Fifth thinks he can beat Floyd in a boxing ring, the challenge is there. If this was a real fight, then yeah, 50 would win. I think 50 size and mass would make a difference then. This is a street fight. It's entirely different, right? But this is a prize fight. And the prize is the money. Now, I know if the fight go down, the promotion would be off the chain. It would definitely do more than Logan Paul or anybody else. This is a fight people would pay to see. But 50 would not take this because 50's not stupid. 50 will come right out and tell you, well, I'm not stupid, Cena. Why would I fight champ for winner takes all? You know how boxing could be rigged. I booked the champ for all the rounds, and at the end, Al Heyman takes the fight away from me. You already know Al Heyman don't like me. So, it's like, it's a lose-lose for me. And let's say I put Floyd in the ring with me, and Floyd beats me. I lose my credibility in the streets. I'm gonna look like the guy was sticky, got beat up by the white guy on MTV. I can't have that. I can't have that on my record. So that wouldn't go down. It wouldn't go down like that. So I'm quite sure what's gonna happen is 50's gonna hear about this. He's gonna think about it for a minute, and he's gonna counter offer Floyd. so that the ball will be knocked back into Floyd's court, where the general public who's just blind and just running behind tweet after tweet after tweet wouldn't be like, come on, Floyd, we need an answer, Floyd, we need an answer, Floyd. They're waiting for that. Now, for me, like I said, I don't see a situation in which this could happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see one that's realistic. Now, as for me, I really have only one concern. And that one concern is, who's getting all the money? How are they going to negotiate a split of the money? They're going to lose there too. Because I'm quite sure 50 ain't going. You negotiating with 50? And Floyd negotiating? You can forget that. That's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. So everybody can forget that. This fight is not going to kick off. This fight is not going to happen. The egos are too great. The pride is too strong. And as much as we want to see it, it is not going to happen. Lines were crossed on both sides to the point where it's disdain for each other on both sides. Now, I have perfected for years the art of telling it just like it is, to the point where I can take out my biasness. A lot of people think it's biased, but it really isn't. It's just giving you the hardcore facts. And people can't deal with the facts. Like Jack always said, they can't handle the truth. They don't want the truth. And I told people Floyd was the best boxer in the world for years. They just say, oh, you just saying that because you cool with Mayweather. But he can't beat this guy. He can't beat that guy. He couldn't beat this guy. And he would beat them. I stayed unbiased. I gave you the honest opinions. When he fought Madonna going into this fight, I said this is the hardest fight Floyd has fought in years. Stylistically, this is a bad matchup for him. Now, a lot of people might think 50 could take him because of his size and he's a wild card. He could just pin Floyd in the corner and use his size and just pin him in there and just start grinding on him and wailing. Well, in a real fight, yeah. In a boxing fight, there's something called a referee. And a referee would break that up and let that go. He would break that up and say, nope, sorry, not going to happen. So that's really my take on it. Don't forget to hit the like button, 1,000 times. Subscribe to the page, hit that notification bell each and every time. Yes, sir. We give it to you the way it's supposed to be giving it to you, straight from the gut. The Patreon is on fire. If you guys don't know, check out the Patreon. You find out what happened with Sugar Ray Leonard and some of the people he was with, men, and and a whole different type of situation. So, yeah, we'll leave that there. I'm out.